taking what has been developed in Europe, in North America, in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, some very excellent techniques, and they are bringing them to India, but not just adopting them, they're transforming them to address the critical issues in India. Too many lives are lost because of medical errors. Too many lives are lost because we rely only on newly trained medical graduates to try to lift and hold up the medical needs of the country. This group has done very innovative things and are teaching others how to use WhatsApp, a very cheap and simple social media application, in order to multiply, train the trainers, and certify and assess the impact of the training in the field. They're taking auto rickshaw drivers and shop owners and traffic police and using simulation to train them how to stop the bleed at road traffic accidents that are occurring in urban and rural centers. They're not just doing traditional training and certification, but moving it to the next level, and this is why the eyes of the world are on this conference and on this group, Pedistars. And they're not just doing it in the public sector or in the rich private sector or in the government legislation, but they're bringing those groups together on a neutral ground to bring the minds together to say, how can we solve the problems of India, and the education, the certification, the standardization to improve the level of care for the poor people of India.
Organized. You will understand how the solution is being delivered. So you can all come, and I would appreciate come and see how it happens. So we have, like I told you, there's a competition. A lot of teams have come. You'll understand how these mannequins behave, how do they behave like a real patient, and you can probably understand it better.
Accidents that are occurring in urban and rural centers. They're not just doing traditional training and certification, but moving it to the next level, and this is why the eyes of the world are on this conference and on this group, Pedistars. And they're not just doing it in the public sector or in the rich private sector or in the government legislation, but they're bringing those groups together on a neutral ground to bring the minds together to say, how can we solve the problems of India, and the education, the certification, the standardization to improve the level of care for the poor people of India.
ஏன் அந்த ப்ளூ லைட் எரியுது? என்ன
அது வந்து ஆக்சிஜன் கம்மியாக இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அது வந்து எரியும்.
ஓ, குழந்தைக்கு வந்து சுவாசம் வந்து குறையுது, பத்தலை.
You can see the capillary refill time. Can you set up? Yeah. Capillary refill time here as well as the palm.
You can always ask.
Yeah. You can feel for the pulses. Sinuses you can see here, what you see in the blue rim. Okay. So you can ideally do all sorts of procedures. You have veins and everything, but for the sake of the scenario purpose, we may not be putting actual IV lines. So the nurse who is going to be there will help you. You can auscultate for lung signs, the cardiac contractions. It can show various patterns of breathing. It can make noises. Can you just show some sounds, crying, a little bit moaning or grunting?
Excuse me, pulse can be variable in all the limbs.
Pulse you should tell me.
Yeah, brachial.
Brachial and femoral.
Femoral.
And no. Yeah.
To vital.
Both the limbs.
Radial.
You can feel the brachial pulses, you can feel the femoral pulses. So any information which is not there or which you can't see on the mannequin, there will be a confederate nurse who will help you out, and that information will be facilitated to you. Something which is not elicitable or something which you are not able to get or something that the mannequin does not show, the confederate nurse or the nurse who is going to help you will definitely tell you the information that will be provided. But whatever you need to speak out, you need to do that particular thing, and then only the information comes out. Okay? Yeah, maybe. You can look at the pupils. You will probably, there might be movements, if there's a situation demanding like that. Crying, no crying, moaning, that will be there. This is a small baby, so probably you'll have to calculate the GCS. Something which is not obviously visible, let's say you're not seeing movement, you want to know that probably you can ask. But I'm not seeing this in the mannequin. Can I get that information? So that will be given to you. So the eyes, see, they're closed, they can open, they can remain partially open. Okay, intubation can be done. You can do a bag and mask, you can ventilate the mannequin. All sorts of scenarios or real life situations can be created. You can have findings of consolidation, empyema, pneumothorax, you can have abdominal distension. So you can have all those things get to see in a real life situation. Now,